Husband is having affair but wife's brilliant revenge makes him regret it all. Husband had an affair and his wife's revenge was brilliant. When a couple gets married, they exchange vows. One of these vows is that they promise to remain faithful to one another. There are many people who do take these vows to heart. These people remain faithful to one another and they spend their entire lives together as marriage should be. Sadly though, some people don't take any of their vows seriously, especially that one about being faithful. This is the true story of when a husband was having an affair, but his wife's brilliant revenge made him regret it all. A woman named Annabelle was married to her husband George for close to 10 years. She thought that they had the perfect relationship. They didn't have children yet, but they were talking about starting a family soon. This is why everything that happened shocked Annabelle. She thought her marriage was perfect. She met George when she was in college. Soon after she graduated, the two got married and exchanged vows. She promised to love and honor her husband in sickness and health till death. Do they part? He also vowed to remain faithful to her. George made the same vows to Annabelle that day. About 5 years into their marriage, George got a really good paying job. He was making enough money for him and his wife to move into a beautiful home in a great neighborhood. He also made enough money where he was able to afford a sports car for himself and the pickup truck. His wife always wanted while his job did pay great, it often took him overseas for business. Annabelle understood how much George loved his job, so she didn't complain about him needing to travel so often. She took her wedding vows seriously, so she put George's happiness over her own. In Annabelle's eyes, she had the perfect marriage and the perfect husband. That is, until she got a phone call one day. When Annabelle got this phone call, she went out into the garage. Her truck was in there and so was her husband. Expensive sports car being the kind of wife that she was. Annabelle always took her husband to the airport when he traveled so that his precious sports car could remain safe in the garage while he was away. Annabelle was in the garage for about 5 minutes. She took a photo and then went into the house to write George a letter. He wasn't going to be home for another 10 days, so she was going to send him the letter. Annabelle's letter read, "To my beloved husband George. Before you return from your overseas business trip, I wanted to let you know that I had a small accident with my truck when I pulled into the driveway today. No worry because I didn't get hurt. I have a scratch or two on my wrist and my head, but that's about it. I was coming home from Walmart after picking up all of your favorite snacks and supplies to clean our beautiful home. When I pulled into the driveway, I accidentally hit the accelerator instead of the brake. I think that I bent the garage door a bit. Fortunately, my truck stopped when it hit your sports car. I'm really sorry about the bit of damage that I did to the car. I know you very well, so I know that you will forgive me. You know how much I love you and how much I care for you. I cannot wait until you get home. I'm enclosing a picture of the accident so that you can see what happened before you come home. Your loving wife, Annabelle. P.S. Your girlfriend called for you." Enclosed with the letter was a photo of the accident scene. It turned out that it was much more than Annabelle said. She intentionally got behind the wheel of her truck. She drove through the garage door and right over her husband's sports car. In the photo, the truck is literally on top of the red sports car. It's hard to tell though. There is a good chance that the truck is totaled as well. As soon as Annabelle got a call from her husband's girlfriend, she saw red immediately after she saw the red on her husband's precious sports car. She wanted to hurt him as much as he hurt her since he loved nothing more than that sports car. Annabelle knew this would kill him. By the time George got home, Annabelle had changed the locks on the house and filed for divorce. Worst of all, his precious sports car was destroyed. Annabelle wanted to teach her husband a lesson for cheating on her. Before filing for divorce, by the time he got back from overseas, he had no wife, no beautiful home and no expensive sports car. Also, his girlfriend had found someone else and moved on. Subscribe for more.